Back here on Last Call, let's talk about some positives in college football over the weekend. Let's start with Purdue. Played a then-ranked Illinois team, and everyone thought that it'd be Illinois' game to win, but Purdue came in and got the win. How about that?
They did. And this is a very good Illinois team, really good on the ground, not so great through the air. But, man, I thought that the big men in the trenches really did everything they needed to do for Purdue to win this game. They did not give up a sack the entire game. They gave Aiden O'Connell time and room to operate in.
Yeah, and when they did that, he played really well. He had 237 yards and 3 touchdowns. It was one of those days from O'Connell like we saw early in the season, led to this 31-24 victory.
He threw some strikes, too, fit some balls in tight windows. A lot of those throws, like a 32-yard strike to Charlie Jones that I'm sure you'll see coming up. And Payne Durham looked very, very good as well. There was one play where I believe O'Connell, I think it's right here actually, he just puts it where nobody else but Payne Durham can reach it.
That's a beautiful catch.
How about him keeping those feet in bounds, man? That is something else.
It was a hard-fought game. We see here Illinois is coming back trying to tie it up, and they do. So it wasn't just like Purdue cakewalked Illinois, right? It was a good game. It really improves Purdue's case for a better bowl game now as they move on to 6-4.
And the big thing coming out of this win is Purdue now has the head-to-head tiebreaker against Illinois. So the way that the Big Ten West is playing out right now, you will have, I believe, Minnesota's up there, Purdue's up there, Illinois is one win above all of them. But assuming Purdue wins out their next 2 games against Northwestern and my Hoosiers, who probably will not give them much of a game, they could realistically be sitting at the top of the Big Ten West.
Let's talk about those Hoosiers. We see, I don't know if I have words.
We could not talk about it.
I don't have words.
No, it's not good. They got dismantled, just dismantled, man. This Ohio State is Ohio State, and IU is IU. You understand what I'm saying when I say that?
I think that's all that needs said, right?
I mean, C.J. Stroud looked like the Heisman Trophy winner. Threw for 5 touchdowns, I believe, on the day. My goodness. Of course, you found Marvin Harrison Jr., future Colt, maybe. Found him in the end zone one time. But, man, the run game for the Buckeyes was on. The pass game for the Buckeyes was on. It's the story of the game.
56-14, that final score. Some positive news inside the state. How about Notre Dame? They go and they play Navy, and they played pretty well, right? They get that win. They were ranked. They continue this ranked streak. They climbed up to 18th on the AP poll. We'll show you that here in a little bit. But it was just an all-around great day for Notre Dame, and they've had a few of these. They've stringed together some really good wins of late.
Yeah, they've looked good in the past 2-3 games. They've earned this ranking. They're just fun to watch. How about that catch right there? That is a ridiculous catch behind the back of the defender from Braden Lindsey. I have no words like you did about IU. That was insane.
Beautiful.
That's an athlete right there against some of our of America's new midshipmen. Wow, what a catch!
A really impressive win for Notre Dame as they move on to 7-3, and again they're ranked 18th in the AP poll. Looking at some of the other teams, obviously Georgia, they remain undefeated. They remain number 1. Ohio State right there behind them at 2. Michigan at 3. So it's a tight 1, 2, 3. But then TCU currently ranked 4th in the AP poll. Tennessee slides in at 5th. LSU at 6. Keep an eye on Alabama, though. All the way down at 8. They did creep up 1 spot after defeating Ole Miss. Bit of a close game there, but they're sitting there right now at 8. You don't see that very often from an Alabama team.
It's weird. It's strange. It's very strange, but you never know. Last 2 weeks of the NCAA football season produced some craziness. Ole Miss is great. They're a good team. I think they're very well coached. Alabama over them. Maybe that moves them up next week when off the top of my head, I don't remember who they're playing next week, but I'm sure they will steamroll whoever it is. They're pissed. They're coming for blood.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just weird seeing Alabama down at 8th, but Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan at the top, that's nothing new.
It's good to see my TCU boys in the 4th spot. I really like Max Duggan.
Let's talk about the NFL and the Colts getting their first win with their new interim coach. That's next here on Last Call.